Yeah, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy Black Trey from Your Music, Your Network, bring you another one, man. So we here. I know I'm a little late, but yo, I had to do it. I had to get this one out, man. So what we got today? We got the Weeknd, Dawn FM, music review. You know what I'm saying? This album right here, man. This album right here is dope, man. I like the Weeknd. I'm not a diehard Weeknd fan, but I gotta give props where props is due. I did like Starboy. I did like After Hours. After Hours, I thought was probably his best project. You feel what I'm saying? From the ones that I've heard and what I've been rocking with. But Dawn FM, to me, it has this whole 80s style, and I love everything about it, man. This joint is dope. All right, so let's go through the tracks. You know, the usual how we do. Okay, so first off, Dawn FM, like the way they started off, has the whole vibe of like this 80s radio station. Pretty dope. Gasoline, it was pretty cool. This song sounds like it's coming out of Vice City. Got the 80s synth. I didn't know that's where they was going, because you know Bruno Mars and now the Weeknd, they got this whole 80s vibe thing going on. You know, it was dope. I was like, all right, you know, I could dig. I didn't think that I'd like it. Then how do I Make You Love Me? Now this, you know, I don't subscribe to this type of behavior at all, but the track was all right. Making somebody love you is probably the worst thing you can do. It's not organic. You know, you're trying to get them to like be there, but you know, this is the common thinking and like the 80s style, so it definitely fits. You know, the type of music that was coming out around that time. Take My Breath. The lead out on this was out of this world. It was crazy. The album was heating up. I was just like, yo, this album's dope, man. I was really hyped. I was like, yo, 12 more songs to go. Because at this point, I was like, yo, he's really going off with this, man. Sacrifice. Feels like a commercial to the 80s. Crazy joint. Yeah, I think this is... it feels like a commercial for the 80s. Yeah, at this point, I was like realizing like the whole thing was like kind of 80s theme. So I was like, okay, that's dope. And then he got A Tale by Quincy, a little story by Quincy Jones. So, you know, it was interesting. You know, Quincy was very influential throughout that time. So, you know, it was pretty cool. What we have, Out of Time. This, I gotta say, is probably the best song on the album. You know, music is subjective, but this is my personal favorite. I love this joint, bro. Hold on, let me see if I could give a little bit of a sample of that, because this joint, whew, boy, man, this joint is crazy. When I'm out of time. Yeah, man, that joint is fire. That's my joint. Here we go again with Tyler, the Creator. This is the only joint I would say that didn't kind of fit. I didn't really get the 80s vibe from this. Tyler's verse, it was decent, but you know what I mean, it didn't really hit me like that. It was cool. Best Friends, another track, it felt a little out of place. It didn't give me the 80s vibe as much. Like, these two tracks I thought were probably the weakest on the joint, just in terms of the theme. Like, it wasn't a bad song. Best Friends is a decent track. Let me see, is there someone else? This one, I had faith in it. He brought it right back to another classic. Subject matter was on point. The sample on this was crazy. Still trying to figure out what the sample was. I'll probably do a little bit of research on that. But Is There Somebody Else was dope. Starry Eyes was dope. I love that. Every Angel is terrifying. This reminded me of like a Strangest Things like commercial. And then Don't Break My Heart, classic 80s dance. I love the hook on this. It was pretty cool. Heard You're Married with Lil Wayne. This was decent. Lil Wayne came through. He doesn't sound 80s at all, because this is more like a 90s thing, or like 2000 when you started hitting the rappers on the R&B joints. Pretty decent though. Less Than Zero. It just works, man. And then Phantom Regret by Jim, another commercial joint. How he ended it out. So it was pretty decent. This album, very experimental. But I love the 80s style of it. 80s is probably like my second era where I would say I got the most, like, the 80s is probably closest to my heart out of everything, because the 90s, it had all like the rap music that's in the R&B that I really was rocking with. So having this from the 80s, because I listen to a lot of alternative from the 80s. I got this 80s playlist, and a lot of my favorite songs ever of all time were from the 80s. So I really appreciate what he did here, man. I really like this, man. I thought this was a dope attempt at putting something together. And I don't know if it's doing well, but I'm definitely recommending it. Definitely check this joint out, man. This is a dope album. Ooh. Yeah, this is a dope album, man. So, you know what I mean? Let me know what you guys think about it. You know, if you thinking of checking it out, if you heard it already, if you didn't hear it, you know what I mean? Why not? Take a look at it. You know, it's pretty dope. It's your boy Black Trey from Your Music. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. We here, man. We're gonna be doing a lot more. Yeah, we're gonna be doing a lot more, man. So holla at me, man. Let me know what you guys think in the comments about this album. Holla.